Nice. Okay, so
Yes.
how are you? How's your day been going?
Yes, ma'am, my day is going so good so far. I am so happy because today is my really lucky day for having session with you.
Really? Lucky. Wow. That sounds really good. But like, why would you say that? Lucky, like why? Can you explain?
Um, because I have been watching your video for a long time
Hmm.
and I had a small desire to have session with you. So today finally I'm going to connect with you. So that's why I'm so happy. I'm so over the moon.
Okay, well, thank you. I am so grateful that you think that. I'm lucky to connect with you as well, I would say. And
Thank you, ma'am.
how are things going? Like, how's life? What do you do? Are you a student?
No, actually I'm a okay. Let me reveal my introduction first.
Hmm.
This is Chandan here. I live in Bihar state. Professionally, I'm a teacher in a primary school. And if I talk about my keen interest, so I love to interact with new personalities and traveling different places. It is a part of my hobby. That's all.
Hmm. Okay, so what subject do you teach?
Yes, I teach English subject.
Hmm. How's your teaching going? How's your teaching life? Are you enjoying your job?
Yes, ma'am. It's my desire since my childhood to be a good teacher. So I'm watching my desire going to be complete out, come
Hmm.
true.
That sounds really good, because a lot of people have so many interests as a child, like I'll become this, I'll become that, and then their interests change as they grow up. But like you had the same passion that you wanted to become a teacher, and now you are a teacher. So that's really good because it's rare to see people's childhood dreams come true. So I think,
Yes,
yeah, that's wonderful.
thank you. So may I know your introductions and little bit about you?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so my name is Niyati, and I'm from Rajasthan. And yeah, it's summertime, so it's super hot here. Yeah, so I've
Wow.
done my BTech from Rajasthan itself in electronics and communication engineering, and got selected for the master's program in IIT. But like, I told you, like, people's interests change. So like my interest also changed, and I was like, I don't want to be in the engineering field anymore. So that's why I didn't pursue masters. So like now I'm doing a few things, and apart from that, like YouTube, I think I started this as fun actually. Like, just having casual conversation with people. But then I saw like so many people connecting, and like they wrote this message, like we are improving, we are actually improving by watching your videos. And then I felt this sense of responsibility, like it's not for fun anymore. I think it's like something that I can truly do because it's changing people's life, even on a small scale, right? But it is helping them improve. So I think that's brilliant. And also, like, the positive side is like I get to connect with people like you over here. So obviously, like, I'm going to learn something from you, and like, it always happens. Like, even if you think you have a casual conversation with somebody or whatever, but then like if you think about it, there even like 1%, you just become a better person. You become more knowledgeable. So I really, yeah, that's why I really enjoy doing YouTube. And I think this has become my passion. I never even thought that I could I still don't consider myself a YouTuber, but I think, yeah, joining this field has definitely changed me. And I didn't know like I could do these things because I am an
Hmm.
introvert. Um if you
No,
talk
I
about my
don't think so.
personality. Yeah, see, that's why I'm saying, because people think I'm not an introvert, but like I am. By heart, I know that I am an introvert. And Rajini Verma, right? She has the
Yes.
most popular salon. Yeah, so she's also an introvert. Like I was also surprised when I got to know that she's an introvert. But like, yeah, I think now my personality is changing a little bit because I still remember when I had my first conversation, I was super hesitant, I was super nervous. But now I think it's cool. You're getting to connect with people, you're making friends here. So yeah, it's awesome.
Hmm. You're right, ma'am. I can see, the changes, what you mentioned about your
Hmm.
past, about your natures. And here
Hmm.
I'm getting different Nitya, ma'am. Really, that's wonderful.
Hmm. So what about you? Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, actually, I'm also introvert person. I couldn't even say even single words,
Hmm.
in front of any person, in front of my elders. But by connecting this way, I can talk anything.
Hmm.
So it's a kinds of, mindset you can say, yeah, what you consider inside internally, it would be the, define your actions, right?
Hmm.
How your action would be there. So what you consider in inside of you, it really matters,
Hmm.
right? So I don't think like I'm that much introvert. Now I can say about myself, I'm an ambivert person,
Hmm.
right?
Okay. Yeah, I think I also have become an ambivert person now after joining YouTube channel. Before that, I was like, I couldn't even speak to people. I was always nervous, hesitant, like, what if I say something wrong? Or like sometimes my mind would just go blank, absolutely blank. But then, like, like whenever you are pursuing a passion or anything, actually, anything in life, a hobby, whatever, you get to know like your potential. Because like I got to know,
Yes,
like I could interact with people. I mean, I think you understand as an introvert, like it's a big thing to be able to connect with people. It can get you super, super anxious, right? So like we are
yes.
doing it. So I think yeah, that's a win. That's definitely a victory, I would say. I think an extrovert person wouldn't understand this, but yeah. But like you're a teacher, right? So your profession forces you to become an extrovert person because you're talking to your colleagues on a daily basis. You're talking to kids on a daily basis. So that forces you to come out of your comfort zone and just interact with people and stuff like that. So do you think like learning English and like teaching both have changed you personally, made you an
Yes,
ambivert? Hmm.
yes, ma'am, you are right. By by dealing with a different student, I have
Hmm.
to I have to have a little discussions about their parents as well in order to navigate, I mean to say like manifesting the behavior of their kids, right, into the
Hmm.
school. So somewhere you have to get out of your comfort zone, right? And you have to discuss with their parents, different persons, so where you are going to learn like how to interact with the people, right?
Hmm.
How to behave with the different persons when the times comes to explain something about their kids behavior or even natures, right? So in
Hmm.
that situation you are going to learn your internal capacity, your talents, your arts, and this is the necessity for you to develop your personalities up to time according to the generations, right? So
Hmm.
I got to learn many things from the teaching lines. Yeah, you can say, ma'am.
Yeah, but like, do you also have PTM? Like, do you conduct PTM where parents teacher meeting where parents come to like see you and to get a report of their child? Does that happen?
Yeah, it happens, but very rarely because in
Mm.
village, in a rural place, not that much. But
Hmm.
if the kids are doing very, yeah, I mean too much, disturbing the teachers, right? Then it's very, very compulsory to calling, especially their parents at the school for complaining about the nature of their student. I mean their kids, right? Like that.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, but like that can also become overwhelming for you, right? I mean, you have a responsibility, like you have to bring in the parents and then you have to talk to them about their child. Does that not get overwhelming for you? Like kind of like giving you anxiety or something? Because even when I think about it, I don't think I'll be able to do that. Calling a kid's parents and then uh, meeting them in person and then explaining them like this is what your child has done and you need to improve these things. So how do you manage that?
Somewhere, yeah, I feel under pressure from inside, like
Hmm.
how to deal with such a personalities. How is the nature of their parents, right? So somewhere I also feel under pressure, but somehow I manage, right? Because this is my responsibility to to highlighting their kids' natures and behaviors, so that the parents can be navigate their kids into the right directions, and what is very imperative to their, I mean, welfare, their educations, right, their careers. So being a being a teachers, we have a responsibility, we have to do this whether we are not prepared mentally for that, but even though we have to do deliberately, literally, right?
Hmm.
So somehow I managed, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility. And basically you the future is in your hands, right? Like you are shaping the kids for their future, because kids are the future of our country, right? And then it becomes your
Yes.
responsibility, like how you teach them and stuff like that. And I feel like okay, I'm curious, but like sometimes do you get these kind of parents who like don't want to admit that their kids did anything wrong, and then they get angry, like how can you say these things?
On me like you're an English teacher even though you don't have knowledge about how to inject the people into this. So it was really bothering me internally. Okay, it was irritating, for me, their compliment, their statement, about
Mm,
this matter. So I thought I should learn this language. The questions come into my mind like how to learn. If I would go to any teacher, so they will giving me only the instructions, giving a lot of homeworks to complete out. But it is a huge process and it's a very long process. Within a less period of time, I couldn't be proficient into it, right? So how could I learn? So I had a phone, so it's obvious things. I kept on searching multiple ways. I kept on listening multiple, ideas of the teachers. The one ma'am used to say like, if you really want to be, a speaker into this, if you really want to learn English, so you have to listen first. Listen and try to speak with yourself. So it's obvious things like in your initial steps, you couldn't have any companion with whom you can
mm,
interact, right? So it's obvious. It's a better you have to make yourself as a companion in front of the mirror, right? And you can use imagination's way, right? Like whenever you go to
mm,
on bed, so you can imagine just right.
mm,
But like that activities I used to do. After crossing 6, 7, 7 months, I got to meet the one person who was arranging, who was inviting the people on their channels, right? I got the better idea. This is the better way of connecting with multiple person every single day. So
mm,
why don't I create my channel? This is the way I can, you know, invite the people, and this way I can, fulfill my absence of, peoples with whom I
mm.
could interact. So this is the way I started my journey. Until now, I'm so consistent, you can say, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're consistent, and that's what matters actually, right? Because a lot of
Yeah.
people, because it's a very good idea. If you want to learn English, like you're starting a channel, you're interacting with people. How amazing is that? You're getting to interact with people and like you're learning something, obviously, right? But like what some people do
Yes.
is like they would post a little bit and be very enthusiastic, but after some time they're like it's hard work. Who will do that? This, that, and they stop posting. So like then they kind of lose motivation both in language as well as the YouTube channel. So that's really good that you're consistent about this.
Yeah. Because I had a clarity, after
Hmm.
connecting with multiple person, I got to know like this is a very challenging, for everybody, to be
Hmm.
better into this language, not a cup of tea for anyone. You have to engage yourself, you have to stay for a long time in same directions. Having a lot of distraction under your life, it will never let you keep moving on the same direction. So it is your
Hmm.
responsibility how to convince yourself, how to motivate yourself, right? How to keep yourself on the same direction for long. So I always
Right.
try to make as a cause, as a reason under my life to be sustain my consistency on this. Okay.
Hmm.
And I would say this conversation, it's a biggest reasons, right, to keep myself on the same direction for long. This
Hmm.
kinds of excitement with meetings with somebody and learning so many things and improving myself, these kinds of excitement will never let me, down at any
Hmm.
cost, I would say,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right. So, do you see yourself, obviously, like the way you're talking, you're definitely going to be consistent on YouTube. But what about your job, like the teaching job? Do you see yourself like being a teacher in the long run, or do you feel like you'll do something else later?